Good to be back at Visioncon. After my absence, Keith's absence, it is off the chain to be here. Please welcome to the show, part of Visioncon staff. Actually, Brandon, just introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Brandon Shane. I'm the event coordinator here at Visioncon. That means I do just about everything here. We're here to have a great show with you guys and have a lot of fun here at Visioncon 2015.
Man, this is it's been insane. I've been here less than an hour. I've lost 10 pounds, and everybody is having a great time. So for the people out there, I know we have listeners out there that are listening to us broadcast live, so I got to tell them, if you are not in Branson right now,
you should be.
You should be.
That's right.
This is off the chain. Shaggy, this is actually your first delve down in the Visioncon.
I typically do not come to Branson, so I live north of Springfield. Kind of a long drive for me to come down here, but I mean, there's tons of people dressed up, which is really cool to see. There's all different types. I've seen some Attack on Titan. Tony's dressed up.
Do you know what you're
Mary
missing out on in Branson? Me.
So it's really cool to see all these different people with all the different types of cosplay going on, and everybody seems like they're having a good time. So good all the way.
Mr. Decker, you and I have done this a bunch.
Yeah.
Is this still your favorite? Is this your baby still?
Well, this is like, home. Visioncon. It's not the first con I ever did. First con I ever did was in Kansas City, like in '82, and David Prowse was there, and that was like awesome, meeting Darth Vader. But as far as just like, just a local con, home con, Visioncon's it. I've been here to almost every single year that they've had it. I think I maybe missed the first year. And this is their 24th year. So yeah, I've come to it a lot.
Brandon, tell us just top of the iceberg. What's going on down here, man? Some of the great stuff that's happening down here.
We've got a great masquerade later that has probably 100 different cosplayers are going to be up there going for a cash prize. We also got Big Damn Heroes and Mikey Mason who play a concert together tonight. It's going to be a great show. They've got 3-hour set between the two of them that they're going to have a lot they're going to do. We also have Elena Huffman. She'll be doing a panel. Elena Huffman's from Supernatural and Smallville, and so she's going to be doing a panel here about 7 o'clock tonight, I think. And so yeah, it's just a great time. A lot of fun people around. A lot of pop culture panels and different things you can do, and it's just a great time.
Now, Mel, you've been here all weekend or most of the weekend?
I got here at noon yesterday. And I'm not leaving till 5.
Is this not one of the best experiences ever?
VisionCon's always going to be near and dear to my heart. It was the first big convention that I went to, I guess, 4 years ago. I didn't meet my husband here, but I actually found out how crazy he was and that I liked that. And he proposed the next VisionCon, so it's our special home con for us. So I enjoyed it.
I started my geekdom actually at a Visioncon, and it's been in a whirlwind for me ever since. And I gotta tell you guys, this is still to me my most favorite place to be every year. This is off the chain. You mentioned one of your guests, Miss Huffman, who did Supernatural, Smallville. And it actually leads me to my first topic I want to bring up, just to talk about, because we've been recently introduced to the upcoming Supergirl series.
Yeah. And
some changes they've made now. I understand they're changing Billy Olsen. They've recast
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen, I'm sorry. We were given a Jimmy Olsen in Man of Steel, and they're recasting him.
Oh, it's TV and movies, they're not going to keep the same people. I think that's one of the things that's going to be coming out of the Arrow and Flash show with the Justice League movies is it's not going to be the same people from the TV to the movie franchise.
I think that's such a mistake.
It is. Well, that's the beauty of, you look at Marvel Studios and what they're doing, is that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Is everybody is the same. You're casting this role, that's what you're going to be.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to actually hurt the movies more than they're expecting.
Grant Gustin is so good as the Flash, and it's like so screwed up that they're not going to have him in.
I'm waiting for him to be comical, a little bit more comical. That's my only complaint about him.
Really?
Did you?
Oh, yeah. No, sorry.
It's quite all right, but I want to stay in the DC world for just a second. I want to talk to some of my ladies on the panel, but some of my ladies out there as well, if possible. Shaggy, about 6 months ago, we were released that Jason Momoa was going to be Aquaman.
Yeah.
Is it the name or
No,
is it the thought?
Have you seen
Purely
it?
the fact that
Have
Jason
you
Momoa
seen
is
the guy?
going to be
Yeah.
Aquaman. That's all. You don't even need to talk about anything else. Jason Momoa is going to be Aquaman. Done. There's nothing else to say. Done.
And they recently released pictures. Have you ladies seen the pictures of
Did
him?
I
Yes.
mention Jason Momoa was going to be Aquaman? Yeah.
Well, half the ladies in the audience are also blushing now too.
Right?
Now, Shaggy,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time ever he's not been blonde?
No, I'm pretty sure they've done some various Elseworlds. I mean, they've done different, like some of the Elseworlds, there's been a gender swap, like in Earth 2 right now, it's actually, she's Queen of Atlantis, and looks more Asian,
Yeah.
that type of thing. I think the thing that's going to be the weird twist on this is that Aquaman has basically always been the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, because that's
Right.
part of the reason why there's the problems with him being King of Atlantis.
Shaggy,
And if they're
do you
going to
know
have
that
him...
Jason Momoa is
I
going
do.
to
I'm a guy, so pretty looks on a guy do not affect me.
I think we've pretty much established they made a right choice with that for no other reason than that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's going to get the heartthrob thing going for the girls, but like I said, it don't affect this man. So
Right.
but I mean, the still picture they showed of him full armored and everything looks really good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
And just to flip from DC, we've established everybody's in love with Jason.
He's actually a really funny person in real life. He used to cause a lot of drama on sets at Game of Thrones because the first time he met Emily, who played Daenerys, he actually tackled her and was like, "Wifey!" and it was the greatest thing ever. And for a lot of the really intense sex scenes that they had at the very beginning of Game of Thrones, he would make sure she was okay because it was like very intense. Like if you read the books, he's actually always a wonderful, loving husband. But in the TV show, they had him be, really angry and aggressive at the very beginning, and he would always make sure she was okay. And then at one time, he put a sock puppet over his junk, and she could. They actually had to stop production for like 3 hours because she wouldn't stop laughing. So the fact that he's now going to go into doing Aquaman. I like him as a very intense individual, and then the fact that he can also be comical makes me happy because I feel like he can really be actually a well-rounded individual, which I have never seen Aquaman as because the only thing I remember is the blonde dude from that cartoon. And
because blonde guys in skin suits shouldn't ride sharks.
Well, I think that's kind of what they're doing. Is the DC has tried at different times to present Aquaman as a badass, and it just culturally beyond the comics doesn't carry.
I think he is.
He looks like some guy you.
Well, exactly, but I think with the movie, I think that's what.
the point.
Yeah,
though,
but that's.
he is a normal guy who just happens to be King
So
of Atlantis.
therefore, Jason Momoa
Yeah.
is going
Well,
to
that's-
be Aquaman.
That's what I'm saying. Is now they're going to be able to carry that. It'll be more mass market, and they're going to show like Aquaman can be kind of a badass, and that'll carry into the comics and help a lot.
Read Jeff Johns' run on Aquaman.
Well,
He's
yeah.
already proven that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just to jump away from DC, because as to me personally, Shane, correct me if I'm wrong, DC has been kicking butt for the better part of 2 years now, 3 years now.
Pretty much since the New 52 started, they've just been wiping Marvel off the map, pretty much.
But we'll give Marvel a break and mention something that they're doing that's right. And Brandon, have you been following?
The TV stuff in the movies.
You've been following Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Are you looking forward to? Are you looking for? I've seen the trailer for the season. Have you seen it yet?
I've not seen the trailer yet. No.
Could there be anything better that Marvel has done with that show than what's getting ready to happen?
No, I think the reveal at the end of the last break was just amazing. It set up so much, just not in only the TV show, but the cinematic universe as well. The way they tied everything in together, it just...
they're getting Spider-Man back?
Yeah. I want to watch every episode just so I can see that little reference to something that may be in the movie in 2017 or something. So I think they've tied everything in perfectly. I think that's something that, has made people want to watch even the slower parts of Age of the Shield. There at the beginning, it was very slow. It was hard to get into, and so it was...
Yeah.
Because you saw those little bits and pieces, and you had, well, maybe this guy will turn into this person, and it brought that all into fruition there at the end of the season. So I think that reveal was really amazing.
Yep. And the fact that we actually know Sky's name is Daisy Johnson, that's an actual character that's been around for several years.
Yep. So now
Just not in Inhuman.
we already established that Guardians was off the chain, the best thing Marvel has done in a long, long, long time. But we're going into Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
So
There are
I
no
gotta ask the whole panel, where do you stand? Do you believe? Because from what I was told from our fearless leader Keith, that we have no idea what's getting ready to happen and how good it is.
I think Marvel's going to start turning dark movie-wise. I think they're going to start, that fun you were talking about. I think that's going to start getting downplayed. I think we've had our introduction to them, and we've fallen in love with the characters, and we've established the franchise, and now they're going to start getting really serious and dark with the movies. I think
They did that with Harry Potter, and it was super successful.
exactly.
It really
yeah.
was. It really
yeah.
was. The whole world is waiting on Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yup.
But Shaggy, of all the things we had seen coming up, most of us know what Age of Ultron really is. Most of us are actual fans of the series, fans of Avengers. We've already seen everything. Because we know what's getting ready to happen,
Yeah.
are we just as excited, or do we have no clue what we're getting ourselves into?
I think everybody's still excited about it, because the beauty of the movie universe is it's a tweak on the whole idea of the stories and everything like that. And with everything that they've been showing, all the stills, all the panel shots, the castings, every movie just gets better and better and better and better as it goes. And I know everybody has Ant-Man going to be the flop of it. I still think it's going to be good if it's done right. If it's an adventure, because he's a thief. That's all he is. He's not
I
a
love
superhero.
you.
He's a thief.
I love you. You know I love
So-
you. 90% of the things we talk about, I agree with you. You're full of it. Ant-Man is going to be their little black sheep stepchild that we give up on.
Once
I
again,
don't
I'm
know.
not saying
You've seen what they did with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly,
When
yeah.
anybody saw
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, heard that at the beginning, they thought, what are they going to do with Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, a tree and a talking raccoon.
Yeah.
How is this going to work?
They sold it well.
But it was fabulous.
yeah.
It was written, it was directed, it was produced perfectly, and that's what mattered.
The beauty of that, and they're kind of doing the same thing with the trailers for Ant-Man, is they're trying to delve into the story immediately with the trailers, explain things. That way they can go right into the story.
Well, and that's
about,
what they have to do,
okay, We
yeah.
have to spend 30, 40 minutes trying to explain each individual character, what they do. And Ant-Man's doing the same thing, where they've already said he's a thief. They've already said he's going to work for Hank Pym to try and get the armor back and all this other stuff. So it's, all right, we already know the basics.
I like the idea that it's not just a flat-out origin story. It's like you'll get caught up during the course of the movie.
Yeah.
So we can actually have the story.
Yep.
And I really think Rudd is going to be a perfect casting choice for this. I think you're going to really see a different character than he's ever played before, and I think that he's going to really pull something out that it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think he's going to pull off Scott Lang very well. Because Scott Lang really is not supposed to be a hero. He's a thief.
Exactly.
And that's what he is. I think the one that's going to probably steal the show is Corey Stoll, if I remember that's how his last name is pronounced, who's Ephraim off of The Strain and done a bunch of other stuff. He's playing Yellow Jacket.
Yes.
And he's
Yeah.
shown with The Strain he could be a great actor.
We've had, 3 variations of Yellow Jacket, right? 2 or 3, roughly.
Yeah.
I actually kind of liked him. I thought, for when he was created, I thought his costume was kind of cool. And sometimes when you're a kid, correct me if I'm wrong, the costume kind of makes you decide if you like him or not.
Oh, yeah, I mean, growing up, I was always attracted more to the X-Men stuff and Green Lantern just because of the weird aliens and the weird, bizarre looks to him more than I was, say, don't get me wrong, I still like Batman more than Batman because it's just, okay, this is just black costume.
Yeah.
I think the tone of the trailer is, like, awful. Like, really bad. Something that me and my boyfriend discussed is that they do it very serious. Like, it seems very, very serious. And they're going to do, like, a very dark tone. And then, like, halfway in, he's like, huh? Ha, 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 funny, funny, funny. And it's like, if they would have just had it funny, like Guardians, like you brought Guardians up. Guardians from the gates, like, hey, this is going to be fun, it's going to be colorful, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. And then Ant-Man's like, we're taking ourselves so seriously. Just kidding, jokes, jokes, jokes.
Well,
like
that might
I
be
think
the funny twist is it's just the Hank Pym is being overly serious about this. Scott Rudd's like, dude, you brought me in for this.
Well, it's an early
What the
trailer.
hell?
It's an early trailer too.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Oh,
times
yeah.
they'll test them out. Which is getting better play. The lighthearted or the dead serious, and they work off of that.
Yeah.
When if you think in the going from Hank Pym to Scott Lang, you've got that very serious, very he's got to go be the hero to. He just really just wanted to save his daughter and be a thief. So you've got somebody serious, very hero-like that goes into this whole different character. So you're going to have a contrast, and that's going to be a huge thing in the movie. It's just this contrast between this guy just kind of got thrown into a whole new world that